It looks like you're
It is like
to avoid
bringing all women.
Then why are you not having LGBT session?
It is like bringing all women.
Why are you not having LGBT session? You are
It is like bringing all women.
I gave you the mic, you gave it away. It's your problem.
It's like bringing all women writers and harassing them and taking. And you're laughing at it. Sorry, I'm feeling very awkward. Sorry, I'm feeling very awkward. Sorry, you're laughing at. I have never. I know God.
I think the humor is equally subversive.
Poem, I want to ask a question regarding a poem. Regarding a poem, when you said the poison and this thing, that thing, did you mean to say that the poison is genderism or something?
No, that's why I read that poem. It's the poem about post-Godra, where the whole chanting of Hara Hara Mahadeva seeps into the throat like a poison and goes killing everyone. So you are... No, you can buy the book and read the poem.
No, I'm trying to relate the poem to the subject we are discussing.
Okay, ask me what do you want to ask.
So how does it relate to the subject of...
Did you not listen to the poem?
I was listening to it, but I found it hard to...
Then you read it.
What she
then
is
come to
trying
me.
to say in that poem was that
I read the
it's
English
as
translation
the whole
as-
thing is not really gender or anything, it is comparative.
No, I know, it is gender. It was women who were battered, raped, who were brought to the road, who were killed, and equally children were killed. And see, if you are if you say, okay, even men were raped, even men were killed, that is not the way we need to react. Whoever is killed, whoever is raped, whoever has been under the atrocity, just have sympathy towards that and be sensitive to that. That's what the poem says. Okay? And it mainly condemns those who are violent, whatever kind of violence it is.
Women stand for it.
What about violence against men? I mean, who raises
The
in
voice for
India?
it.
There's a lot of violence against
Huge
helpless
amount.
men.
Huge amount.
Huge amount.
And who addresses it? Who addresses it?
And even in the
We try, but we get completely
Strong
screamed
men
down
address
and
that.
chewed up.
Strong men who address that. All men are battered. Actually, men who are battered are the gays. And among the gays, there are hierarchies.
And I think
women among the lesbians, there is a hierarchy. Those who are weak are always tortured or harassed. And when it comes to gender, I think we are taking too much time.
That is not quite true because almost all the liberal media in English, for example, has defended, gay rights.
I think we have to have
it's
a
just
bigger
not true at all.
If they can't survive.
It's not true.
It's a
Because I know
politics.
every paper in
No,
Bombay
it
and
is a
Delhi have
politics
defended it, and I'm
defense.
sure that someone
I'm not for
who is from those cities will say, if I'm not speaking the truth.
Personally, I've been,
They've
getting
campaigned
this
for the
kind of
rights.
comments from all writers from Tamil even, that women are, it's not easy, to write being as a, being a woman or being from, maybe from different backgrounds. It has been very difficult to get the language first in hand because my parents were very illiterate and, I think somewhere I'm not Kutti Revathi. I represent all the women who cannot reach you on this, this floor because millions and millions of women haven't got education yet. They haven't. They don't.
Men also who don't have education.
And Surendran, for you, if English, those who all have already reached English,
And you are not politically and she was saying something very nicely that these days in English writing, you can't find this caste and class because they don't prefer to do that because they always compete with the Western marketing all that. In English writing, Indian English writing, is their intention is to go beyond all this India and the perspectives of on India. They want to compete, very much with the Western writing. They don't want to care about what's happening inside India. They don't want to, really look at what is happening at the bottom of it.
I think there
No,
is
that's
a,
not true.
there is a
I mean,
limit.
let me
No, one second, one second.
Okay,
Let Manu
Manu
speak.
speak here.
See, there's a limit to the level of ignorance I can tolerate. I've been listening to some people commenting with great authority. I support confidence, but let's just kind of at least talk about things we know. Instead of making such broad comments, and it's just it's a waste of time for me. Honestly.
So why don't
You
you
should
say
get some kind of a, some
why
kind
don't
of
you be specific?
draw the line somewhere.
Please try being more specific.
I just don't know what's going on.
Manu, will you tell us
I mean,
about gender in your book?
Yeah, see, let's talk about that. See,
Everyone
now,
talk about their books. That's
no,
the best.
need not. But there are issues that we can discuss, within the framework of literature, which I feel that one of the toughest things to do in a novel is to write the opposite gender, because you have to invest so much in a character, and you have simply not had the experience of the other gender. But the challenge is that using what you know and conjecture, you are going to create the opposite gender. So I feel that if at all the novel, generally any language, actually English or Indian languages or European languages, I feel that this is an underreported failure of novels across the board, by exceptional writers included, that somehow the other gender is not complete. As a male, I can feel the flaws. It could be Jhumpa Lahiri, or it could be Ann Tyler, it could be even Alice Munro. I can feel that the male character is just not there. And I know that when I'm writing as a novelist, I'm struggling with the female characters. So I would really like to know what you have to say about it.
One very prominent writer once told me that I think, for example, book awards, they should have different awards for men and different awards for women. Like we should have a Booker for men and Booker for women, because they said that writing for the different sexes is so different. And he claims that he can pick up any book and just read a page and tell you if it's written by a man or a woman.
I know, and it's called Man Booker.
I've heard that it's sort of that men and women.
See, that's an interesting point. When Nagpal said that, there was an outrage. I want to understand why there was an outrage. What was the soul of this outrage? For example, if he had said that I can read a page and I know it's a man writing, men are not offended.
Manu, the mic is off.
So why is it? Why is it offensive? And I know it was offensive. I've been to discussions and panels where I heard women writers being deeply offended by this man, but I failed to fully comprehend the offense. Isn't it? It's been the greatest. In fact, one of the greatest compliments I've got was for Serious Men when someone told me that I wrote it like a woman. And that Oparna character was, that whole stretch. And I thought, what an achievement for me. I've never heard that before. But why does it become an offense? So is it some kind of an underdog mentality which should be shared? Is this?
I think it's almost like, I don't know, but I feel like it's maybe almost like athletics. How can you compare a male tennis player to a female tennis player? Or perhaps it's not like a
It's not like a tennis match.
I think women write very well about men.
I think some men write really well about women too, though. And I do think women writers are women writers and men writers are men writers. And they come from different places and they come from different mindsets and they write differently. It's like women and men are built differently. Their brains are wired differently. They have different sorts of hormones. I mean, it's just their bodies are different. Their minds are slightly different. For example, I strongly believe that sort of standardized testing like SATs and GMATs and whatever are very male-oriented. Studies show this. That's why male students do so well, just like engineering colleges. If you go there, why are they 70% male? Why is an IIT 70 to 80% male and 20% female? I think it's the same thing. It's that women's brains are wired slightly differently, and I think the world will come to that conclusion at some point.
Oh my God.